Yo, yo. Yes, 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 yes. Check, Mike, check. Not really. What's going on? Rebel Advocates in the building. What's happening? Big up, Becky Lou. Hope you had a nice week. What's going on, everyone? Okay. Different show today, but anyway, who's here? Anyone else here?
Yo, Zah,
Who's that?
Johnny.
Johnny Five is alive.
Alive.
What's going on?
Short circuit today, but I'm alive. Man.
You right, yeah?
Yeah, I'm dead. Are you?
There. Who else is there?
You know what's happening, gents?
Who's that, Artie?
What's happening, boy? Yeah, man, what's happening, guys? You good? Yeah, of course, man.
There.
Yeah, you man all ready for
Good.
Christmas?
Near enough.
The
Yeah,
question
so
is, are you ready for Christmas? Because your Christmas is much more than my Christmas. You understand? My
Yeah.
Christmas is about chilling and
Yeah.
traveling from here and there and jumping over there and there and coming back to some quiet and peace and no mess. You understand? How's yours?
Yeah, we're about ready, I think. You know what I mean? Yeah, just got about everything there. Everything's nearly lined up now, isn't it? Just now, next week of just sort of fine tuning, prepare a little bit, and yeah, looking forward to it, mate.
You got some goat? You gonna cook up to goat or something?
No goat, man. No goat this year. What, lamb? Got the lamb in, maybe some beef. Don't really mess with the turkey, man. I think it's a bit overrated, turkey, mate. You know what I mean? Maybe chicken, maybe, but lamb is there already. Maybe some beef and a bit of chicken, possibly. But no goat this year, sadly.
What I noticed is some people can't cook turkey, and they always cook up the turkey and make it dry up.
This
But
is
it's
true,
not
yes.
But it's not supposed to be dry turkey. So sometimes after the Christmas, you go around, you go buy 2 turkey, you understand, on some cheap thing, because they're trying to get rid of it, and start cook up some proper food without
Yeah,
no
that's
dry
it, man.
turkey. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's a good point you're making. If you can cook, you can cook in it, and you can work well with whatever. But yeah, if you can't, you know how it is. You've had that classic dried out turkey there. But yeah, no, you have to just cook it properly. Get your after Christmas bargains, innit?
What about you, Johnny? Wait, what? We are gonna yam for Christmas. What you yamming?
Turkey, man. It's the one time of the year, man. Yeah, I'm turkey, bud. Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah, man. It's a turkey thing still, man.
It's all right. You're gonna get the sorrel in.
Yeah.
Get some sorrel, yes.
All of that. Some rum punch, all of that, man.
That's right. What you having? We having Becky? You having turkey as well, Becky? Meant to be nice and moist. Becky says, "You're damn right. That's right." And what do we do? All that stuff when we're cooking turkey? Cook all that stuff inside and all that 2 stuffings.
Stuffing and them something there.
Stuffings with the sausage. We make it with the sausage.
And the little pigs in blankets in.
Buckler, you're not joking. You're going in. Man's going in the proper thing, the full thing.
Yeah.
Full Monty.
Monty.
Roast potatoes and everything. Bloody hell, mate.
Yeah,
roast potatoes are nice though. It's nice, especially if you jazz them up, not just potato. Dip them in something. You know what I'm saying? Dip them up in a something and then double boil them up and then fry them, fling them in the oven, you know.
Yeah.
Properly with a nice little twist or something on the outside, a bit Jamie Oliver style. Do you know what I mean?
Bit J.O.
So,
God.
Anyway, all right. No worries. You go down to your family, Becky. Go down to family. Nice.
Wow.
That's what we do. We go down to family, but we all bring a little something. Last year I brought what did I bring last year? I done some roti. I done roti and curry chicken last year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was nice. And then everybody brought their other little thing there. Who's that? Is that man like Ray? Yeah, big up Bomber Ray in the building.
Yeah, big up Bomber Ray.
Big
Long
up
time,
Ray in
Bomber
the
Ray.
building. What's going on, Raymond?
Bomber Ray,
Big
back
up.
again. Yeah, big him up. A long time.
Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be one of them ones again. Cook something like that. Do you know what I mean? Cook something and take it down there. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm gonna do roti this year, but I'm gonna do something. I ordered a nice rum cake, you know.
Aye.
2 rum cake. I'm gonna take down there from a good friend. You know, done that Ray, a good friend of ours. Oh, you're on your way from work, mate. Good man. You're tuning in. That's what I like to hear. Thanks for that link that you sent me as well the other day, Raymond. Blessings. We're gonna run that for next week, definitely. Yeah. So yeah, this week, right? Different one. But this is about us this week. Yeah. What's been going on? Has anything been going on with us? Any boggles? You see anything crazy out there that you thought need to bring an attention to within our lives? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah, if anything's happened in your jobs, around your wherever you're doing or what you're doing in your area, anything crazy happened or something like that, let me know, guys.
What's going on? Oh, see. Yeah, no, I've got a few things going on. I think I don't know how you guys find things. Life in general can be a bit weird sometimes. In your working environment. Have you guys ever worked in places? I currently work at a very unique environment. I can't mention it, but it's really unique. And have you ever worked under sort of management and people that you can't get a straight answer from? Have you ever done that, don't you? And if you have, it's quite frustrating. And this isn't, I've had many jobs, but this, my current job now is probably the most easiest that I've ever done. By a country mile. So out of an 8-hour day, if I work for 2 hours, you know what I mean, that's a busy day, you know what I mean. So that part of it's really good. But I don't know how you guys feel when you work for a certain manager who they're really poor at communicating, but their job is to communicate, you know what I mean. So I've been trying to get some time off, I spoke to a teacher about this as well. He was laughing. It's like, been trying to get some time off work for, about 2.5 months over this period, because I don't have much childcare at all, guys, you know what I mean? So it's like either me and my partner mainly, or my partner's dad, when he's here, and he's not here. He's on holiday sunning himself in Antigua, which is well deserved. But I've asked my manager for 2 months now to get these days off, and sort of can he accommodate me, you know what I mean? And I must have went to tell this guy so many times, and he just said you kind of end up flipping your shit sometimes, you know what I mean? Because you can't get that straight answer. I just wondered, have you guys ever been in any sort of any environments like that, like I've been in just now, and it's just a saga that drags on and on and on and on, and you don't know whether you're coming or going, and you're trying to get a straight answer out of people in work, and you think to yourself, what's wrong with these people? Is there something wrong with them? All jokes aside, are they a bit tapped up? You know what I mean? Because you can't really get straight answers, but it's almost like people in positions of power, doesn't matter what job you go into, some people, sadly, they like to think of themselves as a godlike character, you know what I mean? They're clearly not. But certain individuals want you to keep on and keep on and keep on, you know what I mean? I don't know if it maybe makes them feel good about themselves, but that's sort of my thing I've had lately going on, and it's really cheesed me off for ages. I've got the time off now, but it's just dreadful communication in my workplace from sort of management and even the high levels of management and people you're working with. And that's just really cheesed me off. I don't know if you guys have been in anything, have you had anything like that going on where you're in a working environment and you're trying to get some basic lines of communication, you know what I mean? And you can't even get it. And you think to yourself, Christ on the stick, I must have been a narcissist geezer like 2 or 3 times every week. And you think to yourself, well, what's the point? But in certain aspects, it's quite stressful as well because you want to get things sorted out because you know you've only got a certain window where you need to know, you know what I mean? So that's one of my big things that's happening, especially where I'm working and just in life in general, is communication and the lack of it, you know. And hopefully both of you guys, wherever you're working, hopefully you get a better line of communication with your management, but I certainly don't. And that's one of the things that's been really sort of getting on my nerves for lately. I've got the time off now, so I'm off work from now to sort of just after New Year's Day, I think the 3rd I go back. But it's this sort of thing where you work for people and they either really oblivious to what you're asking them or really don't give a shit, you know what I mean, or just really crap at communication, but either or. It just makes sort of your working life quite difficult, you know what I mean, when you're trying to work things out. But in your working environment, guys, kind of wherever you've worked, or just people in general you've been around, whether it's work or relationships or sort of any form of communication, I think that's the main thing. And when that's not there, it just makes things in life much harder in general, you know what I mean?
Yes, I'm with you. This is one of them ones where you try not to get them jobs where you're up under somebody too much, where you're gonna have to rely on a lot of things going through that one person, you know. So I mean, shit, I don't know. I haven't done that kind of work for a long time, and I try not to do that work because of them very same things there that you're going through. Because you always get somewhere. Maybe it's maybe get some people that are not competent or don't even know how to do their job. Sometimes you get some people who love their job too much and they want to do it over and over, you know. Or they want to turn dictator over you and tell you what to do and all that stuff. So no, the best thing I found is try and do a job where you're not too much up under somebody, you know, where you can just flex your muscles and do your thing and still get the job done and, you know, have a bit of freedom somewhat, do you know what I mean?
No, totally. And I agree with all that. And I think it's a sort of message for even sort of the younger ones growing up, or it's never too late anyway, you can say that. But like you said, in terms of working under people, and all throughout decades I worked under people, you know what I mean? And I think key thing you said there, a lot of people are just not competent, mate. They're just not. Some people are shoehorned into a position of power. There was poor at their previous job within that company, but you know how it is in certain kind of environments, and especially certain unique ones like the place I work. It's a very special place, so they'll just put people somewhere. It doesn't matter if your track record previously was disastrous as a supervisor type person, you know what I mean? But they will still put people in a certain place because of friends, and I'm sure that's part we've all seen as well, sort of going forward in life. But yeah, I think that's a good thing to do, isn't it? You try to sort of, maybe in future for everybody, you know, sort of lessons learned is to try and not to work under too many people, or if you have to, which sadly a lot of us have to in life, you know what I mean? Hopefully some of the people you work under are quite decent and understanding, you know what I mean, and are competent at their job.
What do you say, Johnny? You was I remember you was at that place. Remember that place that you was at?
I was gonna mention that.
I know you was.
But I was just letting RT finish off. But basically, teacher knows I was at one place, and it's like, it's funny enough, RT, you're talking about when you're under people, and it's like I was under like a lot of like Polish people, innit? And if you don't know about Polish people, in the job I was in, it's like they like to work really hard, and like
nothing against Polish people.
No,
nothing against Polish people. Totally.
it's nothing against them, but I remember now, around by one Christmas time now, I said to them, "Oh, I want the Christmas period." Cause they said like you got to put in your leave like a month before you want it, yeah.
Mm.
So I was like, "All right, cool. I want Christmas off." And then
Mm.
and then they must have been like, "Oh, don't you want to earn some money? Because like you get ×2 the pay over Christmas." I was like, and I'm explaining to them, money is not everything to me. Obviously, me personally, it's like I need money, but I don't worship money, innit? And then they must have been like, all right, cool. If you want it off, you can have it off, innit? So I remember, like, we get our rotas like 2 weeks before. So I remember I got my rota now, and these people put me down for Christmas time, innit? So I must have marched into the office and said, "Why have you put me down for Christmas time?" And I specifically put in an application, and I spoke to you lot and said, "I don't want to work over Christmas." Then they're telling me they're short-staffed over Christmas. I was like, look, I don't know if it's some translation problem going, like, if you lot don't understand English, but I'm not working over Christmas. It's like, I asked you lot for Christmas off. You lot said to me, "Oh, why don't you want to work? It's more money." I'm like, look, I don't want to work in it. And it's like, and then I thought to myself, am I coming across too aggressive, or are they clearly just basically just on the money thing? Like, oh no, like try see if you can like work the night shift. I was like, you lot really don't understand me, innit? Like, let me put it clearly, I am not working over Christmas. And it's like, I noticed the environment I was in. I used to get a lot of racial tension going on in there, because I was one of the few black people there, and they used to speak in their language. They used to speak in their language a lot. And I remember they said a word, and I asked teacher, because at first I thought they were talking about. I said to teacher, "What does this word mean?" And he's like, "Oh, it's just like a swear word, innit? They used to use a word called kulva, innit?"
Yeah, I know the word, yeah.
But obviously I didn't know what it meant. So I remember I went to teacher, I was like, "Bro, these people are taking the piss." And then he must have asked, "What nationality are they?" I was like, "Polish." And then straight away he said the word before I even said it to him, and he's like, "Oh, don't worry about that word. It's just a swear word." But he must have said to me, but obviously if you are having problems with them, like, just like make a complaint or whatever, because you shouldn't be you shouldn't have to feel like that in your line of work. And after a while, I was like, you know what, I'm not doing this no more, innit? Because, and then after a while, I was it something happened and I had to leave in the end. But it's like, when I left that job, I felt at ease when I left, if you know what I mean. Like, I thought, you know what, I'm glad I'm out of that job, because it's like, it just wasn't a nice place to be, in it. Like, they wouldn't take me serious with anything. They used to just, like, they ask you, do you want to work this or that? And it didn't matter. Whatever I said I wanted to do, it's like they would do the opposite, in it. And I'm thinking, it was like I said, I was working under Polish people at the top, at the bottom, and it's like, you could just tell that they looked down at me for working there, innit? But yeah, it was a horrible place to be, man. But like I said, I was there for the money, and then after a while, I realized, you know what? It's like I need the money, but I'm not gonna stay and take this shit no more, innit? And I used to get into arguments with people, and yeah, it was just different still, man. Different place, different type of place, but yeah.
No, I think it's interesting, like you said, because I think when it gets to a stage in any job, that, or just in any walk of life, but where the lines of communication are so bad, or they're intentionally bad, because they, you know what I mean, they don't want to give you something, or for whatever reason, then that's when I, even over this period, I started questioning myself and said, well, how it's not going to get any better. And it's not even the guys I work for, he's not Polish guys, English, but he just can't communicate with people because he's just not competent. I think that's the key word. Some people, you know, they're in a position, but it doesn't mean to say they're good at what they do. And for those people that have been in this place where I work, some of the guys have been sort of 15, 20 years, and it is really laid back. But in some aspects, it's laid back. Then for other people, you have to kind of feel like you've got to jump through so many hoops and you've got to ask again and again. But if certain individuals ask someone the same question, they would have probably got an answer on the same day, not 2 months down the line. So I think, like you said, Johnny, when it gets to that stage, or if the communication is terrible, or like you said, you wanted Christmas off, and for some reason they're still trying to sell you Christmas, because like you said, Christmas to me, because I think more so because I've got kids now, it means more to me now. So I couldn't really think about having the time off. Not that I would want it off to work over Christmas, you know what I mean? Maybe without children in the equation, I might be more tempted to work through it for a high price, you know what I mean? But where the kids are there and stuff and it's family time, no. So there should be someone listening to you and paying attention to what you're saying. But like I said, if you've got people underneath you and on top of you, and I've worked with quite a lot of Polish people and Eastern European people, and they're quite cool and they work really hard, but sometimes they overdo it in terms of how hard they're working, because that's what they're used to, and they're sort of very happy to have a sort of job over here, which I get that as well. But then you don't have to go just as crazy as that guy, because, I mean, he wants to sort of half blow his back out, you know what I mean, sort of for a company. But I think, like you said, when you do end up leaving in places, because I worked for a place like that for about 9 years, and even though I was there so long, you maybe question yourself internally, but it's because I built up decent sort of kind of relationships with sort of some good people in there. So work was more of a laugh than anything, you know what I mean? But still, that environment after all that time, and it does get very toxic, and there's certain individuals that, you get like a rota, so a weekly rota, for example, in our place we get every week. So you laid out who's off, and then you'll be in on the Wednesday, and then one guy won't be in on the Thursday. You'll be like, hold on a second, that wasn't on the rota though. But if you ask that said question on sort of the Wednesday, oh, you know what I mean, can I get Thursday off? The chances are you'd be told no, or you know what I mean, or some BS. So I think, like you said, you've always got to check yourself if you are working in an environment like that, and you do feel it's quite toxic, and you're not getting any communication, and it's just draining you, sort of, probably more mentally than physically. You know what I mean? Yeah. Then it's time for a change. You know what I mean?
I hear that, man. I hear that. I hear that.
Because otherwise you're just getting too stressed with it all, you know what I mean? And after time, the jobs you're doing, like wherever it is, you don't want to mention names, but it's just very repetitive work. And that's in a lot of these jobs. And it's hard enough just to keep on sort of doing that day in, day out slog anyway. But you sort of amplify that with useless management. And people that would just do other colleagues favours and stuff, and then that gets your back up, you know what I mean? And like you said, you'll go and kind of stick it on people and tell them, look, you know what I mean, what's happening, blah, 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 why is this, why is that? And then, sort of, you know what I mean, eventually you will look at yourself and think, no, it's time for a change now, isn't it?
Well, I hear that, because the job that I said I was in, it was like, they were trying to like mentally bully me, innit? Like, and I think myself, bro, what's like, man would reach in about. I used to work from 6 p.m. till 6 in the morning, so 12-hour shifts, yes. Like 4 days on, 4 days off, 4 days on, 4 days off.
Yeah, I've done the same thing, mate. I just done it.
But it's like, Artie, they used to try and mentally bully me. Like, I would reach in now, and like, there'd be some jobs, and I would think in my head, they're gonna ask me to do it, and it's like, but I'm trying to set myself, they're gonna ask me to do it, but I'm kind of got hope that they're not gonna ask me to do it. So straight away now, oh, John, can you go and like do that job, please? And I think to myself, I knew it, but it's like, I thought, all right, one time thing, innit? And it's like, it was just all the time when everyone goes on their break at the same time, and then, oh, can you just do that before you go on your break? And then when I go on my break now, everyone's there smoking their cigarettes or whatever they're doing and eating their sandwiches and stuff. And it's like, I'm just sitting down there, and it's like, there was one Romanian guy I used to get on with, innit? But you could see he didn't really want to go against the grain, innit? Like, we had a good relationship, but it's like he was kind of converting back to type, innit? So me and him would talk, and then after a while now, it's like his Romanian friend would say something in his language, and then the guy would be like, "Oh, John, I'm just going still," and then for the rest of the day now, it's like he doesn't see me in it, or the rest of the day, it's like he act like he don't see me for the rest of the day. But when his people ain't around, he wants to talk to man. After a while, I'm not gonna lie, I got fed up with this shit, and I said to him, "Yo, bro, I beg you don't talk to me no more." Innit?
Yeah.
Because I got fed up for the first few weeks. I was putting up with it. I was like, all right, cool. And I was thinking, you know what? I'd rather not talk to no one than this one fake guy where if you're just going to chat to me when your friends or when your little Romanian friends ain't around, don't chat to me, innit? But yeah, after a while, I was just there on my own. I used to go on my breaks. I used to look like some lonely Leonard, innit? But I thought, you know what? Fuck it, innit? Like, I was just a one-man soldier, innit? I used to get a couple of women that used to try and flirt with me, but I used to see their little thing. There was a little Polish girl. She used to flirt with me, innit? And I kind of used, in the work environment, you have this little flirtatious thing going on, and then, but I could see what she was doing in it. I seen it in it. She was flirting with me because she wanted me to go an extra step, and I nearly did go an extra step, yeah. And then I kind of held back now, and I could see what she was doing. She wanted me to go the extra mile because I remember she told me she was married. She had the ring on her finger and everything in it, but I could see I could see it, Artie. These people didn't want me in the job, and they were trying their little tactics to get me out of the job, in it. But I left on my own accord because something obviously happened where I had to leave, like health-wise, in it.
Yeah, of course. No, but I mean,
it was just a shit. It was just a shit job, but it's like the hours, like it was just the pay wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst, if you know what I mean. So, and because it was around by Christmas time, it was like a few months before one Christmas, I saved up a nice money, man, and I was like, do you know what? I'll stick in for this job as long as I can. Then after a while, I was like, you know what? Fuck you people. And it's like, I was the only English person there. You get it? So I remember there was a Polish man, and the Polish man said to me, "Where are you from?" And I was like, "England." And he's like, "No, really?" I was like, "Why are you asking really?" He's like, "You from Caribbean?" I'm like, "No, I'm English." Like, you don't need to worry about where my people. I'm telling you, I'm English. I can show you a British passport. I don't know about you, brother, but I can show you a British passport. And then the man was like, "What are you doing here?" This is my man. Here's for like immigrants and like people that haven't got their stay and people that. I was like, brother, don't question my credentials, innit? I'm here because I want to work. Don't tell me about I shouldn't be here, innit? And then after a while, I kind of seen what he was talking about because.
That's right. Go on. Sorry.
I kind of seen it after a while. No, yeah, go on.
No, teacher. You was gonna. I was just about to say that after both of you was talking about the same kind of thing. I was gonna say that I was doing I done a shitty, shitty job. No offense, guys. I done a shitty job.
I think we've all done it, but go on.
and I was working with a South American guy, a black South American guy, and he said exactly the same thing to me. He said, "What are you doing here? Because you're from this country, you don't need to be doing this. If I was you, brought up in this country, with the education you get, I wouldn't be doing this shitty job." You understand? So, that means raise the level a little bit. You understand? Try not to. I mean, look. Also, it gets a bit boring after 4 or 5 years sitting in a job. If it's not the ideal job that you wanted to do in the first place, sitting in a job like that, you want to make a change and meet different people, do different things, get a different position. You know what I'm saying? You want to change it up a little bit. We shouldn't always do small little silly little jobs, especially if we want to try and raise our mind out of that level, because you're only going to get the same level. Anyway, big up Mr. The Creative 99. Blessings. Big
up, man.
Long time. Yeah, tell us on the chat, anyone on the chat, just let us know if there's some funny bad experiences at jobs or whatever, or just in life, because that communication, bad communication, goes through to life as well as not just in jobs. You know, you got family, you got friends, you know, with the same kind of bad communication. Could be you, could be one of us, you know. Go on, sir, as you were, sir, as you were.
Nah, that was it. But it was weird because the man was about he was about 60, 60-year-old Polish man, yeah. And it's like, it's weird because it's like he was giving me some life lessons which I didn't really know at the time. It's just like what you said, teacher. It's like I didn't really clock on at the time what he's basically telling me. Like basically like, there's no need for you to be here. You can do better. We can't. You can do better than this, innit? But he didn't. But he wasn't saying it. He was just basically like, what are you shouldn't be here. Here's immigrants work here. And then I kind of realized sometimes some people would come and check the place, like they want to see people's ID and see stuff like that. So it was a place like that, innit? So it was just there. If you want the work's there, innit? But basically, they used to tell me, yeah, we make our money and send it back to Poland or Romania. I think there was some Hungarians there as well, and they were just making their money and sending it home, innit? So yeah, man.
No, I
One
think
of
that's
those things.
yeah, but it's right what you're saying in terms of I was my longest one was sort of these sort of what would I put it down as, a factory job, maybe, yeah. And I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
there
that's
for
the
I
mine
was there,
as
I
well.
was
But go
9 years there, bruv. I was there for 9 years, nearly 10. And it's a dead job, and I've had these conversations with teacher before about these jobs, and same thing he says, you know, even people at work, the same job like what I said to you, John, why don't you this is not for you, man. You're whatever. You know, they say you're smarter than this. You can do more than this. You know what I mean? They're getting their money, like you said, it's going in their hand. Probably half will go to their rent and half will go back home. Or maybe not half, because obviously they got to eat and live here. You know what I mean? But they're still making some grand. So for them, it's just a base when they've come here to do that and like to get on some firm footing. Whereas myself, just working in a place just to earn your money, but it's a weird sort of weird thing, because even though I know, and that's not big headed, but I think I was better than doing that job I was doing, I've done it for all them years, you know what I mean? And even in a mad environment as well, like, you know, they're always talking about it's all about productivity, um, and pushing you as hard as you can, you know.
Well, why did you
Uh,
why did you do it for 9 years? Because 9 years is a long time. Why did you
it's a
do it?
long time, you know.
Why did you do
Teach, I
it?
think self doubt, mate. Self doubt to go and challenge myself somewhere else, probably in a better job that would earn me more money, make my family more comfortable, possibly. You know what I mean? And improve many things. But yeah, possibly self doubt, mate. When I look at myself, and think, oh, can you do something, or can I do this? You know, and there's a large part of myself that's telling me, yeah, of course you can do that. But there's a little nagging part that's sort of chipping away, and telling you no. You know what I mean? So you're just hanging there, even though you really know that you should be getting out there and being more constructive and doing more constructive stuff, you know. Um, and I mean, I tell my kids the same thing, you know, just if you're not sure about something, just give it a go now, you know, and that's me learning from my mistakes. I mean, however long it takes to learn. Um, but I would tell them, and I mean, like I do, I say, look, if you think you can't do something, at least give it a go. Because I mean, what harm is there in trying something new that might turn out to be a massive success? You never know, it might not be, but it's better to try than not do it at all. You know what I mean? Then get stuck in that same sort of set cycle of working in a company. Like the really same thing as Johnny was doing. I used to do 4 on, 4 off. I started on nights, 12-hour nights for 2 years. And then I've done 7 years on days. So the 12-hour days, that day's a wrap, innit? That day's over. When you work, you come home, shower, eat, you know what I mean? See the kids, go to bed. And a lot of people did think, oh, but it sounds nice and not, I wouldn't say glamorous, 4 days off, but it's good, but it's not really, because after working such long shift patterns for 4 days, your body needs time to recover. You know what I mean? It's not that simple. And when you've got family and young children around, there's no time for that. Nobody can, and that's not their problem as well. You know, they're only kids, but they don't care if you're tired from 4 hours. You know, you still got to come and do your same stuff. So yeah, that's it. I think for me, self-doubt, and I bet that's sort of the Achilles heel in a lot of people. But for me, yeah, that's why I probably didn't do so well. Maybe some other jobs or possibly even education, things like that, maybe. Because I know, you know, there's that large part of me that knows I can do it, but then there's that sort of small part of me that kind of sort of holds me back. And hopefully if anybody's listening, just the key thing is if you want to do something, just go for it, mate. You know what I mean? And face the consequences after, you know.
I hear that, man. I hear that.
You know what I mean? Because I think whenever you go and try and do something or something new or fresh or you're not sure, I'm sure there's that element in a lot of us, but that's probably what separates some people from others in terms of working in more desirable roles, you know what I'm saying, than the ones that me and Johnny are just talking about. Sort of jobs that sort of you struggle with more mentally and obviously physically, you're doing 12 hours, but it's more the repetitive nature and the same people and the same stuff all the time, rather than try something fresh and new and put yourself out there. Because, you know, as you say, it's only one life you got.
I hear that, man. I hear
that. Yeah, big up Mr. Derek, the creative. He said, what did he say? Romanian man he worked with said the house was what? 15 grand. 15 grand a house in 2000.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean, look, we see it anyway. They got the right idea. They get their money, make their money here, and go back. You know, we have this. The silly thing is, we sit here and we make our money here and we spend it here. That's the bad thing. The bad thing. What else did they say? Becky Lou. What's it? Yeah, fuck it, Becky Lou. What is it? Some Eastern European people come across rude. Her neighbor comes across rude. Everyone thinks she's rude, but she's actually has a heart of gold. And I mean, that's their thing. Yeah, that's their thing. They have a lot of these Eastern Europeans. They seem really cold, and they seem like they have that thing, and that's not a bad thing. To notice something like that, it's not a bad thing. This is what you notice. But then once you got to know the person, you see that they're nice. Nothing wrong with that at all, innit? That's like a it's like a judgment that everybody does. Everybody judges, right? Everybody judges. It's just the real people sit down and tell. It's just the real people turn around and say that, yeah, we do it. I judge. It's all right. It's okay. We judge every day. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. As long as your opinion, the bad opinion gets changed. You know what I'm saying? As long as the bad opinion gets changed, if you have a bad opinion about someone or somebody or peoples or whatever, yeah?
Definitely.
100%.
I think that's a key thing you said there, teacher, the fact that we all judge people, rightly or wrongly. We all have a perception on many things. And it's nice sometimes for that kind of perception or whatever, negative stereotype, whatever it is, to be proved wrong, you know what I mean? And you formulate good sort of friendships with people from various backgrounds, you know? And it's just sometimes whatever the initial interaction, you think, oh, no, maybe not. But then if you're honest enough, sometimes when you sit down with people, it might turn out to be not too bad, you know what I mean? So I think that's a good lesson there. Like you said, if you just, okay, you've got your belief and your perception there, but at least take the time to try to get to know someone. And then if they do sort of confirm that to you, then so be it, you know what I mean? But it's refreshing when that doesn't happen, you know what I mean? And they turn around and you say, you know what? Yeah, that was a good thing to turn around and talk to him or her and sort of persist with that a little bit more, and you find out that they're not too bad, you know?
Yeah. And, yeah. Well, are we here to, do we play that polite thing here too much? It's a question. After Is what Mr. The Creative said. He said they don't play that politeness, that British politeness and afternoon tea system. At the end of the day, from Becky Lee, at the end of the day, none of us know what people's going through. 100%. Yeah, people got their lives.
True.
Everyone's got their lives, and don't always have to be happy all the time. And you're entitled to be pissed off for. But whatever. I'm just looking at the thing, and I'm seeing bare fights going on, and that's Brentford thing. The Brentford thing. I'm seeing bare people getting string up. But yeah, I mean, are we too thingy over here? Do we like to play that British politeness? What is it? Too much bullshit? The politeness. What do you think, guys? Do you think that we know what it is, the politeness, and whether we mean it or not, it's given. You rather have it, innit? Or you won't rather have it? What do you think, guys?
It's better to have it, I think, innit?
Mix and blend, I think. But go on, Art.
No, there's that classic thing that floats about, innit? I think you guys will know this, sort of being brought up over here. The classic British thing where they'll turn around and say, "Oh yeah, he's a nice, have a chat. Yeah, right, mate. How you doing? Nice guy." And then they'll be like, "Oh, that fucking CUNT." You know what I mean? So there's a little bit of fakeness with that as well in terms of the politeness, and that's always been part of wherever I've gone, like wherever I've worked over. I mean, I've always only really worked in London. So excuse me, but you see that a lot. They're like, "Yeah, oh, yeah, he's Diamond Geezer. He's sort of that key." You know what I mean? Kind of that sort of thing. But yeah, I think that polite thing is well overplayed over here. I think, again, it's that perception. But places where, like me and Johnny worked in sort of places, I think that level of British politeness generally goes out the window anyway.
What do you say? All right, what do you say, Johnny, about it?
About the go on.
Would you rather have it? The people. No, you just said already, actually, innit, didn't you? You rather a bit of both.
Bit of both, yeah. Because half the time, because I am who I am, innit. I'm a polite person, so I can't regret certain things. So see, when I go into this thing now, it's like when I go into it and then it turns around. When it turns around now, it's like
looking at the football, innit?
Yeah.
I know. I saw the same thing.
Yeah, it's like I don't regret it, yeah. I don't regret it, yeah. But it's like sometimes I think to myself, why did I come in with this nice agenda, this nice, and maybe in the job that I said I was in, maybe they could see the niceness and they took it for a weakness, you know. But then again, I didn't want to come in with that stereotype, you know, man's aggressive and man don't chat to nobody and them thing there. But it's a hard one still, man. But that's who I am, really. I'm a polite person, and that's how I've always been, in it. But yeah.
Listen, that looked like that match was a good match to watch, to be honest. Yeah, that seemed like should have watched that one instead of the United match. You know what I mean? Pure pushing and shoving going on. Anyway, yeah, I mean, look, I'd rather the honesty. You know what I mean? I'd rather people be honest. If they don't like you, say they don't like you. Don't need to be, you know. If they don't like you, look, you know what? Yeah, before I used to think you had to get on with everybody. No, you don't have to get on with nobody. You understand? If you don't like the person, listen, you can still work with them. You can still do business. Nothing wrong with that. I know people that I've worked with people that I didn't even, I hate them. You understand? Not hate, but you know, didn't like to be around them. They think they're funny. They're not funny. Their jokes are boring. You know, this and that. But end of the day, when you got to get work done, you got to get work done, innit? And it doesn't matter. Because end of the day, we all want to eat. We all want to work.
It's true.
That's right.
True.
You got to do what you got to do, especially if you want to get to where you want to get to. Because, you know, you're going to have to work with all types of people. You know, some people that you might have some things against. And you just got to hide it. Like they've got it against you. You understand? They've got things against us. You know what I'm saying? And you have to just hold it. And they hold it. You know, and make a little sly joke. Or they might come up to you and make a little sly joke to you and thinking that you're one of them. And you're not. Like you've experienced the RE, innit?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course, exactly. get the old agony racist that will come up to you and talk to you about, you know, come with a certain racist jokes, you know, and they get a shock when I answer them how I answer them because they didn't expect that. But again, like you said, teacher, it's about we all have perceptions and judgments. So a lot of people might have made that judgment with regards to me that I'm like-minded like he or she may well be. But yeah, I had that many years all the time, man, come up with them stupid racist jokes. I say, hey, mate, stop that. I ain't about that shit, mate. No way. That's not cool, man. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But yeah, and you see that. But then the funny thing is when you say that, then it's a wrap. Then, you know, you'll see them never talk to you again, those people, which is fine. This is what you want anyway. You don't want them around you anyway. And I'm sure they'll tell their other co-workers who are like-minded that not really to bother with me, which is fine. But yeah, that goes on as well in the workplace, isn't it? But I think, like you said, you've just got to crack on really and work with who you work with, and you're not going to work with everybody you like. And like you said, you don't have to like them. And that's a part of work. You just come and do your thing and go home. I'm generally have a good laugh at work, but a couple of times, even recently, I've been a bit cheesed off and people act like they're shocked, you know. They think, well, you know, I said, you can't be that way every day. We're human. And like people said on the, you know, on the phone, and people have got their own access to grime. We've got all stuff going on in our own private life. So nobody outside of close friends or family would know anyway, you know what I mean? But
that one hurt you, didn't it?
I'm a bit cheesed off.
That one hurt you, innit? I can tell. That thing at your work, I can tell that you didn't like that one at all.
No, it was poor. I don't understand it. I don't get it from people. Like, that's how I am. You know me for a long time. I ask you something or you ask me something, yeah, I can do it. No, I can't. That's it. And then, you know what I mean? You know where you stand. I don't like having to ask you time and time again, almost to beg you. Nah, that's not me, mate. And then it falls on deaf ears and then you're like, nah, that's... So, yeah, man, lines of communication are poor. In so many workplaces, and maybe by design, if I'm honest. But it's not conducive for a harmonious working environment if you're not communicating with your staff, or if they're asking you certain things and you don't accommodate them or even try to accommodate them. Then that doesn't sit well with me. Maybe other people, they're more placid and will just tolerate that and not just ask someone and that's it, and then just, you know what I mean? I say, no, I'll have to keep asking. But then for me, I'll get a little bit more wound up with each time I ask you, because I'm thinking like you must be, I don't know, mute or something's wrong with you, or didn't put your hearing aid in, because, yeah. But no, that's kind of the disappointing thing. And I think hopefully when my girls grow up and hopefully, you know, I mean, other kids grow up, they can sort of more work for themselves or work in a role that they're more self-sufficient to themselves. I think that's the moral of this story, and it try to be more self-sufficient and not put yourself in environments where we have to feel we're kind of dependent on other people, you know, who arguably don't have your interests at heart.
Totally.
Totally.
Yeah, big up Mr. The Creative. What did he say? He said, I'm working with the older Ghanaian fella who pokes him in the chest every time he talks to him. Yeah, that's fucking irritating. That's irritating.
We've all had that one, innit?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, watch that. Look at the match, man. They're getting some madness on their family. They're doing some madness on there. Yeah, I remember this guy used to always touch. Always used to touch when they're talking. You understand?
Oh no.
Always touch, and and anytime he touch, I just start looking at him where he's touching. You understand? I just look at the touch, and it said, "Just don't fucking touch me." You understand? You can say whatever you like, but you don't need to touch me. You understand? There's nothing wrong with him, you know. But you know, he's just one of them people that just like to bit handsy, innit? Bit handsy. Not really. Not really. Like to express themselves too much. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, but, overzealous.
Oh, sorry. Go on. Rap. Go on.
No, just saying overzealous, innit? You always get your overzealous folk in work, innit? Like I said, the handsy people, innit? You know, turn around and putting his arm around your shoulder every minute, or, you know, this and that. Yeah, it's cool, but just, you know what I mean, a bit of social distancing is cool, you know? bit of spatial awareness in it, but not many. Some people don't have that, and I'm sure, like the guy in the chat said, he's not being horrible, but it can be slightly annoying, isn't it? Just a constant sort of poke. It's like, no, mate, come and leave it at.
Okay. So what about the other side now? What about some prejudices you might have had up against this or that person, and you found out that this person's actually quite nice. I like this person, you know. I wouldn't mind. I could see myself hanging out with this type of person or whatever that is. Is it, had that experience before, Johnny?
I can't really think of a scenario like that. I'm gonna lie. I can't really think of a scenario.
What about you, Artie? Had that experience? Had that experience before?
Well, yeah. Well, I've had it with a few people. Like you said, we've spoken it.
Where you had a prejudice, yeah? You had something against them.
Yeah.
What did you have against them, sir?
Just didn't like the way they were. You know, I mean, the way they come across. You heard things about the way they were, sort of, and stuff like that. So you thought, no, it's not really my cup of tea. But again, sometimes, like, there's been times. I say most of the times when I think that, and if I meet someone, you have a couple of talks, whatever. A lot of the times, for me personally, it confirms what I feel. But there's been a couple of guys over the years. Like, I've been working for God knows how many years now. So you meet and see all different types of characters. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's been a couple of guys, isn't it? You know, a couple at my old jobs that thought geezers were a bit of an idiot. You know what I mean? But when you sit down and you kind of sat with him and see a little bit what was going on in his life and where he come from and sort of situations going on, makes you understand him a little bit more and see some, not excuse some because he was a bit silly as well. You know what I mean? But you can understand it a little bit with sort of other stuff going on in the background and stuff. Was kind of acting in a certain way to put it up as like a self-defense mechanism because the guy had a lot of stuff going on in his life. So he was quite a cool guy after time. But when I initially met him, I thought he was a bit of a prick, you know what I mean? Ain't gonna lie, just kind of stupid guy with not much going on upstairs. But yeah, it's, you know what I mean, met him, sat down with him, a couple of drinks with him, and he broke things down and how it is. And guy come over from Lebanon and stuff, you know what I mean? And had sort of been through a fair sort of few things in life. And some of the kind of stuff that we take for granted, he never had, you know what I'm saying? So now when he come over here, it just, you know what I mean, his life got a bit better, but he, you know what I mean? And he just acted in a certain way and was kind of a little bit silly. But when you meet and greet and sort of talk to him and have a meal or like, I mean, a few drinks or whatever, come across kind of really different and sort of you understood him a bit more or kind of a lot more if you sat down there. But I don't think a lot of people wanted to give him maybe the time of day to sit down with him because of how his perception was and the way he behaved a little bit at work. But a lot of people put on their face at work anyway, you know what I'm saying? And so maybe people need to look into that a bit more and not just totally judge everyone because, you know, sometimes you do meet people and they turn out to be half decent individuals. And initially I did think he was a cop, but no, he was a nice fella, to be fair. You know what I mean? And that's it. But moreover, there's been a couple, but there is more of an exception to the rule for me personally.
Totally.
You know,
totally.
But yeah, there's been a couple you turn around and you think, you know what, he was all right. But
totally.
Generally, you see a case, he's like, he was a plonker. Now he's still a plonker. But
totally.
No, there was a couple of good fellas.
Totally. Like we have hate for the police and stuff like that. When I used to do a couple of meetings, couple of months and stuff like that, and you'd see Ray, I'm gonna get at you, Ray, don't worry about that, I'm gonna get at you. When you see a couple of these meetings there and the police are there, and you know what, you have little conversations to them outside and they seem like normal people. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's like they put that uniform on, they change or something. So right, anyway, what are you talking about, Bomber Ray? I'm gonna have to come down there and chin you, bruv. Yeah, don't let me have to come down there and chin you. He said this podcast is like men in a pub conversation. Come out here and say that, old chap. Yeah, come out here and say that. Yeah,
He's
I'm gonna have to
Where's
go down.
this
I'm
keyboard.
gonna have to go and see you, mate, down there or that where you live. Don't let me send the boys down there for you and put your address out here online. You understand?
You know what I mean, BR?
Raymond.
Come on.
Raymond.
Yeah. Everybody loves Raymond.
Leeds United, Raymond. Behave yourself.
Isn't it? The mighty Leeds going to try to come up this year. But yeah. But no, that's it. Sometimes you do, innit? I mean, like you said, like you sit and talk to police, and we're the fiercest critics of them, I think, and rightfully so. But we still know that we do need police in this country. We just need better, more informed police, more understandable police. You know what I mean?
No, that was about thingy. That was about judging. What we was just all talking about, it was about judgments. We all make judgments, and that was just the same thing. The same thing. We all make a judgment, but the fact is, they're okay once you have a word with them. And yes, of course, we need police. Imagine this place without police. It will be a fucking mess. Even though it's a mess now already, it will be even worse. Do you know what I mean?
We'd have next Mad Max, mate.
It will be even worse if it was no police. So, you know. But you know what? I think I'll be all right, you know. I think I'll be ready. I'll get Ray. I'll have Ray. We'll have the streets locked down, innit, Ray? Yeah?
Get BR. Big Ray.
Yeah, it'll be nuts. It'll be nuts. But, yeah, no, that's just the same thing, the judgments.
Yes.
And, you know, even though they ain't got... They're not from the area and all that stuff, and they got to deal with people from the area, you know. The other side is... they put on that uniform, people automatically don't like them. Do you know what I mean? Not to say that they're all bad, you know. I've known. Anyway, so yeah. What else? 58, 59 minutes. Jesus. Sorry. Yeah, what else? Do you want to... Johnny, want to deal with some footy? What's happening with football? I see Somerville. You know what? We might have to steal that player Somerville from you, Raymond. Do you understand? I don't know why he's still there, to be honest. He seems like he's too good for Leeds, that guy. He's always scoring goals or setting something up. He's always doing something.
And no one hasn't come in for him, which is weird.
Yeah, totally. And didn't they have the other guy as well? They got Nonto,
yeah, but he doesn't start. Remember, he tried to force through a move in the summer, and since then, they don't start him no more. He's always on the bench.
Is that the punishment? Come on, Ray, give us some insight. Being a Leeds man, give us some of that Leeds insight. What's going on with this Nonto, this Italian guy? He's supposed to be playing him. I know he's a winger running up and down on that wing. What's going on? Anyway, what else with the football? Anything happened with the football, guys?
There was Liverpool and Man U today, 0-0.
Wouldn't have bet on that, would you?
No, well, the way Man U's, I thought Liverpool were gonna slap them up, but Salah wasn't doing nothing. That striker they got's poor. That Nunes, he's poor.
Oh yeah,
man. They just wasn't with it, man.
No, they weren't sharp. They pressured them, but they weren't sharp. From what I saw, was telling Peter, it was a bit like they had good pressure, but their last ball was rubbish, and they almost run out of ideas a little bit, which is quite strange for Liverpool. They're always, quite creative there. But yeah, no, he was a bit hit and miss, Nunes, isn't it? He's either one or the other, isn't he? And didn't much happen in that game. Who else today? You guys, another good win. I didn't see none of it, so I won't pass any judgment, as we're talking about judgments, on how well you played or didn't play. But a good win nonetheless. Don't know how you saw that one, John.
Yeah, we had the majority. Look, first half, they didn't have a shot. We had about what? How much shots did we have in the first half? Like 9-10 shots or something. They never had one. So we had the game. It's just we haven't got that killer instinct in front of goal, man. I don't know what it is, man. We're missing something, man.
Yeah, that striker, isn't it? The out and out striker.
Because Jesus is more of that, what they call it, that false nine. He's not like that man that you can get 20 league goals a season. Like, he's not that guy, man.
Well, yeah. Maybe you guys gonna go in for this guy, innit? His band's up now, innit? What, in a couple of weeks?
17th of January.
Yeah, 365's up for grab, so might be able to grab him out there.
That's all right. Keep that, mate. Keep that. Start with this gambling shit when it comes over here. Anyway, listen. Just to get off of that for a second.
Yeah, sure.
What is it? Yeah, about this guy, innit? This missing boy. Do you remember this boy was missing for 6 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, he came out, yeah.
That was a strange one, innit? Because it's like he wasn't really missing.
No.
It's like he weren't missing. And yeah, I saw it a couple of times on the news, and I didn't bother going into it because it was a bit strange, innit? Because they said he was missing, but then he was with somebody. He was with some people.
Family.
Yeah, so that's not missing to me. You know,
No.
I was expecting somebody, but yeah, that was a dodgy one. That was a bit strange. Yeah, do we know how they were missing? They said it was in what? It was in Spain. He went to Marbella.
And then he ended up in France or something.
Went to Marbella, then they went to Malaga, and then after the Malaga, he went back. They suspected him. He went to fucking Morocco or some bullshit. I don't know. It just seemed a bit strange. But then it was away with family.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a bit of a red herring, really. He's missing, but they kind of knew who he was with, which is
dodgy.
Does happen quite frequent. But the way they're talking about it was, you know what I mean? It's just, he's been missing for 6 years, but he's been found safe and well with family. So
dodgy. Anyway, no, we're not. Yeah, we're not. All right, couple of things. We're answering in the chat. Yeah, we're answering the chat. We're not jumping on the police. Yeah, as we said, there are good police officers out there. Yeah, we're not we're not jumping on the police. We know, we know there's good police out there. There's a lot of stupid ones in there. We don't need to mention their names. We know who they are already and what they've done. Yeah, but we were just talking about the judgment. Yeah, the judgment, Becky. The judgment that we look at the police. Some people look at the police and just make a judgment. I mean, look, as a young person, we might have had some kind of feelings towards the police, which might not have been good. But as an older person, you can sit down and talk to the police. There's nothing wrong. There ain't nothing wrong, and they seem normal. You know what I'm saying? Not to say about these people that do the bad stuff. I don't know none of them people, so couldn't say I chat to them anyway. So yep, that one. What does it say? Oh yeah, Bomber Ray. What does it say? Somerville's under contract.
That means nothing.
And he said Nonto's good, but apparently not doing great in training. That's it. That don't sound right. That sounds like they're punishing him. To be honest, they're punishing him for wanting to leave. What about that? What about Raymond?
The naughty boy.
What about that, Raymond? Yeah, yeah. Another thing, I saw Becky. Yeah, you subscribed just a couple of days ago. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you, Becky? Right? I saw that you subscribed. You should have been subscribed from long time. That is not on. Everybody needs to subscribe, yeah, and like. You understand? Anybody who's in that chat room needs to be liking and subscribing. You understand?
Yep, jump on it.
100%.
Jump on that.
Is it all right? Let's talk. What's this? You passed your fifth. What KYU? What's that? Fifth KU and mixed martial arts this weekend. Are you that, Becky? Are you that? What do you say? How do you say that? KYU. I don't even know what the hell that is.
Don't know. KU.
I ain't got a clue, mate. I ain't got a clue.
KU or KU.
You passed that in. Yeah, nobody's messing with Becky, mate. You might get a punch in the face, mate. Yeah?
No, I need a bodyguard.
You need more than that on chat. Not really. Not really. Not really on chat. No, congrats, Bex. Congrats, yeah, congrats.
Big up, big up.
Big up. Well done, man.
Yeah. So yeah, Becky, I'm not gonna pick on you too much then, seeing as you passed your since you passed your thing. But I was kind of surprised to see that you haven't subscribed. Please like and subscribe, everybody. Like and subscribe, please, so we can move up, and take you guys with us. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're all moving up. If one goes, we all go. Yeah. So yeah, Kemas. What else? What more?
What else happened? Did you guys see a bit of UFC? It was a bit of a, what's the word I'm looking for? It wasn't as I thought it was going to be really entertaining, but it wasn't, sadly. With this guy, the Edwards and Covington, was a bit boring. The fight. It was an easy win for this guy Edwards. I thought Covington come with all this talk.
I think the build-up was better than the fight. No.
Yeah, definitely. He talking about his dead dad and that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, some fuckery, man.
Yeah, that was a bit low, mate. You know what I mean? He's, I thought he might have fisted him up more, but he did smash up his leg. He did dent up his leg. It was hurting. But yeah, because he crapped it after that. Because then when he approached him after that, he said, "Oh, yeah, I'm in character." He said. He said, "I was in character." Yeah, that's what he said. Because you see, when he said about his dad, innit? Oh, I'm gonna take your dad. And then he switched on him. Then after, when it was coming nearly to blows, you heard him saying to Leon Edwards, "I'm sorry, man, I was just in character." Like, what do you mean he was in character?
He was trying to take him off his game. That's what he was trying to do. It didn't work because the guy was. I saw the match. He was careful. He didn't make no crazy moves.
Nope.
And that guy was supposed to be always attacking people. That Covington, innit?
Yeah, that's his general game.
His fight was attacking, and he was moving backwards the whole match. So he was doing that shit just to get under his skin, to get him. Yeah, like that woman. Remember that woman? What was her name? Remember that skinny woman that used to do the MMA, got beat up? She had the big cocoa on her head.
Oh, Kelly Holm, the tall one?
No. This foreign woman. She was Polish or something, no?
Oh, Jacek.
Jacek, yes. That was her thing. That was her thing.
To scare them and that, yeah. She got punched up by Thug Rose.
That was her thing. She used to talk the talk just to get under people's skin, to get them to do different,
Yeah, to bite on something.
So they can maybe come into the match different and then they lose. Nah, my man just played it right.
Easy win. There was a couple of other good fights on there. That happened. Who was it? The British guy, innit? Paddy the Baddy beat old Tony Ferguson.
Oh, that's what I was talking about, teacher. I'm Paddy the Baddy when I was telling you the other day.
Yeah, he smashed Ferguson. I mean, Ferguson should retire now. He's been a great fighter, but yeah, he's times. What's he had like 7 L's in a row now, innit? So I think his time's up, mate. And he did get whack up in that fight, and all over the place, mate. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, man, he got destroyed, John. Honestly, mate, I think it went to 3 rounds, but he survived the first round, mate. He took a lot of punishment, and he's lost 7 in a row. I just think, just rest now, mate. You know what I mean? Maybe go into the punditry or something like Joe Rogan and chill. What else was there? That was a good boxing. They're small guys, flyweight. Some guy, Sonny Edwards, an unbeaten British fighter. He was good. He got stopped though, he's trying to unify the world titles. He got stopped by one Mexican brother. Yeah, it was a good fight, man. A very good fight. I rate him, Sonny Edwards, but that guy was too good for him. And then all roads lead to next weekend at the big showdown in South.
Ooh!
Yeah, all roads lead to next week, boys. Got all the big ones coming up there. Going to be entertaining anyway. Might not be like so much skill all the time, but we'll definitely see some entertaining stuff next week, chaps.
Gonna have to watch that one, man.
Yeah, and it's on a decent time as well, boys.
Saudi, innit?
Yeah, so it's not.
So what? It probably start off at like 10 p.m., innit?
Yeah, about 10, probably finish about 1. You know what I mean? Sort of main event will be about 1, which is much better than 4 or 5, because I wanted to see that one last night. That Nicole be coming to me. I was like, oh, that's too much, mate. 4 or 5. You know what I mean? I can't start for that.
So next week Saturday, what we got? Liverpool, Arsenal.
Yeah,
then we got the box. Then we got the boxing straight after. Okay.
Yeah, so you got a nice weekend coming up. See how that goes. But yeah, that was about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're still watching the thing, innit? Yeah. What was I gonna say? Big up Becky Lou. 4 more belts to your black belt. Keep it up. Keep up the good work. Yeah.
Big up.
It's nice.
And there ain't no bad vibes here. We're here for good vibes only. We're only giving off good vibes. I might tell you off, but I'm only joking. Yeah, I'm only joking. 'Cause I don't want to get beat up by by some black belt. Yeah. KYU belt. How do you say that? How do you say that, Becky? How do you say that? What is that? But yeah. What more? Did you see, what was it?
What are you thinking?
Yeah, blessings, Becky. No, I'm just reading. Yes, Becky. Foundation. Becky's foundation. So you ain't going nowhere. We won't let you.
Exactly.
What was it? Clash of the Titans on yesterday. Start putting all that Christmas rubbish on TV, innit?
Oh, the Christmas films, yeah.
What's the worst Christmas film that you hate, guys? What's the worst film that you hate? Or they put Ben-Hur on, innit? Ben-Hur was on. I didn't even know they made a new one. Somebody was telling me.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
How can you make a new Ben-Hur?
I hated like Mary Poppins and that. I hated that, bro. I hated that.
Oh my word.
Yeah, I can't do that. I mean, musicals don't. It's not my thing anyway. Sadly, musicals. But I can sit through something of them. But not that Mary Poppins. Nah. The old Dick Van Dyke in that. come with his Cockney voice in that Dick Van Dyke, you know. But yeah, that was one of my most hated ones, you know what I mean? Didn't like it as a kid, but yeah, probably because of my actual distaste for the musicals.
Johnny, what's yours?
The one. Oh, please, sir, can I have some more? Like, bloody hell, bro. If I see that one more time, bro, I swear to God, bro.
Innit?
Oh, God.
Oliver Twist.
Yeah, Bullseye the dog and all. Fucking hell, bro.
There's quite a few of them. There's been various Olivers in it over the years.
Yeah, it's true what Artie's saying. It's the musicals, man. It's they just, I don't know, man. There's something about these musicals that Willy Wonka, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, all these musicals, man. Everyone just have a little sing along. Fuck it, hell.
I like the
I know.
I like the Johnny Depp one though. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Okay.
I thought it was good for the. Have you seen it?
Yes, I've seen it.
I've seen all of them.
I thought he was perfect for that role. That's how I saw that man as that role. Bit strange, bit crazy. You understand? That's how I saw that role. I haven't seen it. I can't remember the other one. There's an older one than that, innit? No, when it
Gene Hackman, innit?
Gene Hackman, that's what I was gonna say. Gene Hackman. He was alright. He's better in Stir Crazy and them something there. See no evil, hear no evil, and all that.
Yeah.
Classic.
Them films are hilarious, to be fair. But yeah, they were the original, the older Wonkers and stuff. But yeah, no. That's my little bug, but I'll sit through a couple with the kids, you know. I'll try to sit through as many as possible, but just a musical, so yeah, just you know.
Well, you have to. You got no choice.
Yeah, no singing along now.
You stay there. You're gonna be singing after you're gonna be cooking. You're gonna hear that. You're gonna start be humming. That's how it goes, bro. Conditioning.
Oh, mate.
Conditioning,
Yeah. But no, as long as they're happy, that's the main thing. The kids, they do like sit down there and watch the films and stuff and go through it and stuff. So, yeah, they'll be all broke. They're all breaking up soon. Mine ain't. I think one of mine has broken up for school, but the other one's still in school to Friday, so it's all a bit messed up this year. So
Okay.
yeah, my big girl's at secondary. She broke up on Friday. The little one don't break up to 22nd, man. But then she goes back later, innit? So, but yeah, she's not happy. She's not happy about that. So, but when everyone's gone back to work and all that and school, you're off. You know what I'm saying? So, swings and roundabouts. But yeah, that's it. Christmas musicals. I'm sure there'll be about 20 or 30 on.
More than that, man.
Yeah. That's it. What was on earlier on was watching Ice Age. Ice Age from my youngest. She was watching a bit of that, and I don't know what was that from. That's a musical. Some film. What was it called? Oh, it was about Yeti, it's quite a new one, and he's animation one. Yeti, yeah, I know Raymond will know about that. Yeti Raymond, but yeah, nah. But that's the season there, isn't it, of all the films and stuff. So, yeah, a lot of repeats. I'm sure there'll be, and there'll probably have a couple of premieres in it. But yeah, that's it. I don't look like we'll be getting any snow this year, though. They said it's quite mild at the moment.
Boy, don't speak too soon.
You'll get that, Johnny, maybe.
Yeah, don't speak too soon, man.
Yeah. But where my brother is, definitely, he's had snow already, to be fair, so he's up there in Glasgow, mate, so.
Glasgow?
Yeah, so my brother lives, he had snow. When did he have snow? Like a week and a half ago, I think they had a bit of snow there still, so it's always generally colder there, innit, now than here, so it's there.
Take a bow, son.
Yeah, take a bow indeed.
Take a bow, son. And we used to do that on football again. That was him. Take a bow, son.
On Soccer AM and that on them show there.
Yeah.
Remember that on Soccer AM.
Classic.
And that's when Andy Gray used to work for Sky, mate.
Yeah.
Before he got this intact, mate.
Take a bow, son. That used to be classic, man.
Innit? Where's he now? He was on last time I saw him. He was on that Bean Sports, weren't he?
Yeah, he's working out in Saudi, I think.
Him and Richard Keys were both on that.
Him and Keys, yeah.
Innit? Old Airy Arms.
What a goal. Take a boo. Take a boo. Take a boo, son.
What did they sack him for? That thing he done when he said about the woman, innit?
What was the last thing he done? Because I remember there was just some long catalogue of things the man were getting away with, bro.
Yeah, mate. It was the woman linesman and that when he interviewed her and that.
Oh yeah, I think that rings a bell, that one, man.
Yeah, mate, talking about her in her shorts and that and everything.
Yes.
Different, yes. Yeah. But he's out there, still must be earning a decent salary out there.
Yeah, they're making a nice living out there.
Yeah, definitely, mate. You know what I'm saying? And he's got that for life out there, so.
Jeez.
But yeah, John, do you see my man had the heart attack yesterday, innit?
Yeah, cardiac, correct, yeah.
Yeah.
For Luton.
Yeah, they said he's stable and things, and that's not a bad thing.
But the worst thing about it, they said he had, when Luton was in the playoffs, they said he had a similar thing. So Luton already knew that he had some health conditions already. So it's a bit mad still.
Yeah, I was saying to teacher earlier on, maybe they should have done some more due sort of diligence behind that and some much more rigorous testing, mate, you know, because now he's had a proper heart attack, sounds like. I'm not saying you can't play again, but it's not the same, innit, mate? You know what I'm saying?
Boy, you might have to take up some coaching role now or something, bro, because, boy.
That's it. Once that happens, I mean, Ericsson came back. I mean, he's got a pacemaker in Ericsson.
There you go. There you go. So he can get a pacemaker and just chill out, innit? And just chill out. Anyway, what does it say? Yeah. Mr. Creative, big up Mr. Creative. Snow in April this year, so who knows, he says.
True, yes,
you never know, you never know. Becky Lou, musicals are great, it's good for the soul.
Yeah.
You're entitled to your opinion. Not really, I care not. Yeah, can't beat the original. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Oh,
Ray, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Another Dick Van Dyke joint, yeah.
What did he say?
Or the Wizard, or the Wizard of Oz.
Muppets Christmas Carol. You know what's good? Oz, the Wiz, Michael Jackson. That one. Have you seen that one?
Oh, that one. I've seen that one.
Yeah, that's the one. If anything, if you want to watch a musical, as
Mm.
long as the
But they
music's
don't
good,
put that one on, do they?
just go and watch it online, man. Control the
Yeah,
TV.
of course.
TV don't control you. Control the TV.
Mm.
Muppets Christmas Carol.
Oh Lord.
Oh, Muppet. But I prefer the Muppets than there's the other ones, bro. I prefer the Muppets still.
Then what?
Than that Chitty Chitty Bang Bang and Mary Poppins, mate. I prefer the Muppets. At least you got some jokes with them characters in there, mate.
Bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang. We love you.
Go on, sing along, Ray. Sing along, Ray. This is what you started, mate.
They harmonise, man.
Oh shit!
But no.
The new Wonka is good for small kids. I've never seen it. The new one, to be honest.
I see it advertised.
There's a new one.
Yeah, there's a new one still. Yeah,
Okay.
the new one.
Why do they keep remaking it, man? Bloody, at least give it a few years, man.
It's just, yeah, that's the thing, innit? The franchise films or classic films, they'll always do loads. And it's like what's the other one my daughter's into now? The Spider-Man films. But there's so many different ones. So they made 3 with that guy, Tobey Maguire, another 3. And then they've made these sort of half anime sort of type ones, you know what I mean? And it's just Spider-Man the same, you know, but they just rinse it out, don't they? If it's a popular franchise, whatever, sorry, they'll always just keep on trying to make a new one and stuff, you know.
Anyway, big up, yeah. Big up everyone, yeah. Make sure
Always
whoever
big up.
make sure anybody who even tries to listen to this podcast, make sure you like and subscribe, yeah. At least do that, yeah. And any of my regulars, yeah, if I don't see you like and subscribing, you understand? You're in trouble. I have to set Becky on you, you understand? So yeah, blessings everyone. Big up all people in the chat. Becky Lou.
Yeah, big up all the
family,
guys.
Big up,
Bomber
man.
Ray.
Yeah, big up Bomber, man. Nice to hear from you, Bomber, mate.
We're gonna run that. I'm gonna run that next week, Raymond. That yeah. We done that, Mr. Creative. Yeah, we spoke about Zephaniah last week, brethren. You have to come in. You have to come into the. You have to come in every week, brethren, to know Wagwan. You know, we spoke about that last week. Sad thing, but you know, inspirational brother. You know what I'm saying? From my youth, anyway, I remember him making these poetries with the patois style. You know what I'm saying? Poetry was really funny, really interesting, and hit the point. But anyway, get last week's one. We spoke about it on there, didn't we? Was it last week?
Yeah, last week. Yeah, Monday, innit?
Yeah, catch that one. It was on there. Big up everyone. Like and subscribe. Yeah, and we'll be here. What? We might do
Christmas Eve.
We might do a Christmas special. You understand? We might do a special one, and yeah, we'll see. Just get on the catalog, man. We got, I don't know how many videos we got there. We must be going on 46, 47.
There's a few now, yeah.
There's a lot of videos on there. Just going on there, just check them out whenever, you know, like them. Like, you understand? We need to get more likes up. That's the
Like and subscribe, yes.
That's the aim for the New Year's. That's the New Year's resolution. There you go. Sound of Music, Raymond's putting on there again. Jesus Christ.
Oh, mate, the hills are alive.
Sound of Music. What's the potential resolutions for you guys? Anything potentially going on New Year's resolutions?
No, I just think upwardly mobile, innit? Just forward thinking and health is your wealth, that sort of stuff, you know what I mean? And yeah, try to progress in some sort of things in life that you can, you know, I want to change, you know, small bits and pieces, and hopefully, yeah, just just more consistency in things. So I've set myself a target, and hopefully I can achieve it.
What about you, Johnny?
kind of along them lines. I'm trying to. I'm gonna try change up my diet and eat less meat and try and eat more healthy and try to change up my diet, man.
Sounds like a plan, mate.
I try it every year. I try it every year, but it doesn't go according to plan. But because I've had a few like deaths, I'm trying to like look at my life and the way I live it and try how I can extend it and starting to look at life more serious. I'm not saying I didn't take life serious, but I'm starting to take it more serious now when I'm seeing certain people lose certain people. I'm just trying to just look what I can fix with myself and certain things, man.
No, that's really good, mate. 100% agree with you.
That's what happens. That's what happens. You need to. Raymond's done some good stuff on that. On that, definitely. Yeah, he's turned his life around, and that's what usually happens. You know, you need a couple of deaths to turn your life around. You know what I mean?
Yeah, get that epiphany.
Good work, Ray. Blessings, Ray. Blessings, Ray. Always.
Yes, Ray. Well done, man.
Now you're here, Ray. Now you need to be here every week. Now, yeah, I'm holding you to that. You know what I'm saying? And then give me a call anyway. Yes, anyway, blessings. Like and subscribe, everyone. Yes, big up, big up, big up, big up, big up. And we'll see you next week, yeah? Next week?
Yeah. Take care, guys.
Blessings. Blessings.